These are my 5 top book recommendations for self-employed agents. I've not always been a huge reader myself and must admit, I consume books both on audio and in physical paperback. And I want to take you through 5 books I would highly recommend you read if you are thinking of moving into a self-employed model of a estate agency. Book 1 is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, this was a book recommended to me when I first joined an estate agency business back in 2001 by my very first boss. I'm sad to say that this advice was promptly ignored as I was not much of a reader back then and I didn't actually pick the book up until 4 years later. It's a fantastic book about influence and behaviour and outcomes. And although it's over 70 years old, people really haven't changed and the advice is as relevant today as it was back then. Book 2 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. This book, with its unusual title, talks through what Robert says the rich teach their kids and the poor and middle class do not. This book focuses on attitudes toward money and your habits around personal finances. I read this book early in my career and it has been fundamental to how I've managed and invested my own personal finances over the years. Book 3 is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is a book I read more recently and has been powerful in shaping how I think about the small things and how they can have a seismic effect on your results. In the book, James explains how real change comes from the compound effect of hundreds of small decisions. There are some fantastic stories in the book that really helped explain the theory. You'll enjoy that one. Book 4, Unlimited Power by Anthony Robbins. I'm a huge fan of Tony. He has written many books on self-development and runs personal development events all over the world over multiple days to thousands of people. The one I attended had nearly 15,000 people in the room for 4 days straight. This book takes you through the power of your mind and how this can have an effect on your behaviour. And then he takes you through techniques to help you change these behaviours and remodels areas of your life should you wish to. The last one, number 5, Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. This was a book that my dad gave me before I actually left school, and it was the very first business book I ever read. I'm sure you will have all heard of Richard Branson and his Virgin brands, but his backstory and the early years in business are inspiring, and the spirit of his entrepreneurial journey is infectious. This book inspired me to want to run my own business, and I hope it helps you with yours. Now, these are just 5 that inspired me along the way. If we were to create the greatest list of all time, what book would you like to see on that list? Let me know in the comments.